Russia launched a satellite into low Earth orbit that the United States assesses is likely a counter-space weapon.
The US claimed recently that a new satellite launched by Russia is in fact a counter-space weapon and is chasing an American satellite. Is US spooked by Russia's alleged Star Wars weapon? What's the truth behind Russia's Cosmos Inspector spacecraft? Which countries have anti-satellite weapons that they can use in space? I'm Shivan Channa. Welcome to the game plan to militarize outer space. Russia launched a Soyuz rocket on the 16th of May. It blasted off from its Plesetsk Cosmodrome site north of Moscow. The rocket carried at least 9 satellites which were deployed in low Earth orbit with Cosmos 2576 as the primary payload. Now, Cosmos 2576 is the type of Russian military inspector spacecraft which seems to have spooked the US as it began chasing the USA 314 reconnaissance satellite at a higher speed in the same orbit. Russia denied US claims and has not disclosed details about the satellite or its mission. The US and Russia have rivaled each other even on their proposed non-proliferation motions at the UN to prevent weaponization of space. On April 24th, Russia vetoed a resolution by the US and Japan to prohibit nuclear weapons in space. Russia instead offered a resolution which would ban all weapons in space, which the US rejected. Anti-satellite or ASAT weapons are designed to destroy or disable satellites in orbit. There are only 4 countries in the world that have successfully conducted anti-satellite weapons tests, namely US, Russia, China and India. India being the most recent entrant to the elite list. In March 2019, India successfully conducted Mission Shakti, an anti-satellite missile test which hit a target satellite at an altitude of 300 kilometers close to the altitude of the US ASAT test, which the US held back in 2008. If we were to just look at Russian tactics that it has used several times in the past, you remember how dangerously close Russian jets flew to US drones over in Syria in July last year, setting off flares in front of the MQ-9 Reapers? Or when 2 Russian Su-27 aircraft flew dangerously close to a US drone and then dumped fuel on it, striking its propeller, which happened in March last year. So even though Russia has denied the US allegations of a Russian satellite chasing a US satellite in the same orbit, it's not too far-fetched to believe that Russia would use that tactic, something that it has been doing on Earth for long, just that now it's doing the same in space. Has the era of space warfare begun? Let me know in the comments.